Morning, guys. Yeah, I'm in here. Sunday update. Been a minute. Let's cover some ground, see what we're doing, and maybe even a quick how-to. I'm gonna flip you. All right, so we're bringing parts up. I'm a little bit sad. Hate to see old Red Bob go, but we are going to take what we can use. Oh, cool. So yeah, we're gonna take some parts from old Red Bob. Hitch. I actually need that piece of metal that's down there. Hitch. I actually need that as well. That is the back mount for the wrecker boom. We also have, let me get back up here so I can see. This is the front clip that the 460 come out of. It's donating the master cylinder, the proportioning valve, possibly front lines, maybe brakes if they're the right setup, because I still haven't done that yet. This stuff's all old and crusty. Where are we at? Well, it seems to be missing something, right? Yeah, it's up there. To set up the wrecker mount, like I said, I'm glad I brought that truck up because I was looking at that. I need that other mount. I had it all put together and ready to try and test fire last Sunday, and we had an issue with the clutch. I don't know if I got any of the stuff setting. So basically, a ZF, you can put a thicker bell housing, or excuse me, pressure plate for bigger clutch. And that one was big enough that when you put it in an old school, new process bell housing, that it rubbed in here. So I had a motor that went from turning over fine when I pulled the automatic transmission off it. That automatic, if somebody out there needs an automatic C6, I might sell that. Slapped it together, didn't check it, and when I went to crank it, it was locked up tight. Very sad. So pulled it back apart, figured out what was wrong, cleaned up some really nasty parts, and if you kind of look at the amount of rust on this, I don't know if I ended up taking any video or not. Might have took a picture. Anyway, so we are basically back where we were Sunday, motor and all that, test on making a bob front clip. What else we have done, obviously, is we have added a cross member for the wrecker, took a cross member out of the back, and went from a Sterling to a Dana 80. I'm curious what the difference in ground clearance is, but the nice thing is, that thing I'm pretty sure has real good traction in it. Damn it, excuse me, that one, like I said, bigger U-joint. And so what had to happen here, partly, is this spring mount used to be in that area. I gotta figure out this so you guys don't hate me. Yeah, it basically sat right up against there. So we blew that loose, and I'm actually gonna show you real quick before I end the video my cheats on that. I took the back spring perches off long ago because you can flip them, and in the process of flipping them, it will push your spring down enough to get rid of any lift blocks. You don't want lift blocks. Build it in the spring if you can, but you don't want lift blocks. The more lift blocks you got, the more likely the dip is to roll out from underneath the truck and or axle wrap. I am going to try to build a anti-wrap bar that'll go from the axle up to a back bar for the cross member that I'm going to do, / skid plate. That same piece of metal that's going to land right underneath here, look a little bit like that, will house a skid plate plus a place to mount PTO stuff, because that PTO has to have a drive shaft that comes out here and runs a chain that goes up and runs my picker unit. So those had to move, but that's okay. I believe when we looked it up the other day, we decided that stock wheelbase on a Bronco full size of the 80s and up vintage is about 114. I mean, excuse me, 104. We didn't mind moving this axle, and where I'm sitting now, I'm at 113. What I did is the simplest way to measure my wheelbase. It's also, I can use that point to make sure my shit's square. But so, center of front, center of back, buck 13. Now, like my homie said, we can add a plate on top of the spring perch, and they might have to get cut off anyway. If they do, we might do something custom. But add a plate, re-drill a hole in my top plate, and we can shove that axle back still 2 for sure, maybe 3 inches if needed. Right now though, I kind of bummed, can't find my other angle gauge. All I got is my old school junky plastic one, and it's messed up because I got 2 electronics. I need to figure out, see how my drive shaft angle is. I want to say I'm 3 down, meaning I need to be 3 up, if I remember correctly. But I'm literally ready to start mounting stuff. The Ramsey winch is going to go in. I was going to use it as a component in the back frame rail. That's not going to happen. It's going to go on top of the frame. And here's part of the reason why, because like I said, I've got this really heavy back cross member and or strength for it, so we're going to cut that grill on out of there and trim it up, and that's going in the back of that, and then the winch will get mounted down on top of it behind, basically at the back of the bed, right up in that area. We still got to do some trimming up here. This has got to get cut out all the way over to here, and back to here for the winch unit to set through it. I was going to space it up so that it was setting right at the top of the cab. I think I put that in another video. But for, what's the words I want? Keeping the center of gravity and the weight in it as low as possible, I'm going to go ahead and basically straight mount to the frame. The boom will set on top of here, and there'll be about a 6-inch difference between the top of it and the roof. You can kind of see, I don't know if I can kind of zoom you in real quick. You can see that gap through there. That'll grow to about 6 inches, and don't mind that. Just put it down anywhere. So, and we might do a bow out of tubing. I'm actually thinking about making rock sliders out of old oil filled tube. I got a bunch, so oh be. Huh. My squab is back. They don't know if times get hard, I'll eat them. I hear they're tasty. A little bit like chicken. So anyway, guys, week after, I'm actually moving along really good. I'm kicking myself in the ass because I'm not where I want to be, but I wanted to be running into moving at least theoretically on paper 107 power last weekend. Big things that'll have to happen is a back drive shaft to get built, because I don't think I'm going to have one the right length once I get done. You never know. I got a lot of 4 drive shafts. There's a stack of them back here, so if nothing else, we'll build a test shaft and then send its dimensions to my guys and have somebody build me one. But some stuff coming up on the 15th, and then later in the month, I really want to have this girl operational-ish, being able to do stuff and be fun. The only other thing I really could use is a set of 17-inch 8-lug rims in the old 8x6 bolt pattern. So, anybody knows where there's that set, give me a yell. If you got any opinions on this PC, POS, let me know. And I'm going to sign off. Thankfully, working, like I said, you can't tell kind of, but you can tell if you know me. Yeah, you can almost see my black eye. I give myself to. Yeah, I guess you can on camera. If I set the camera right, tilt my head some, yeah. Smacked myself in the head. Imagine that. So little hit on the shop. Like I said, you couldn't even see the floor in here the other day. And my buddy made me laugh because I think he was looking at the video, and he looked back there and he's like, damn, homie, I didn't know there was a workbench back there. And with that, I'm going to get back to work on the truck and on the Bronco, excuse me, junkyard, and do some cleaning and sorting and keep improving. We're getting it, step or two at a time. So we'll see y'all up the road.